Ami, welcome to the CEO update call. I believe you're the first person ever to actually join me on a CEO update call. And I'd like to bring you on and welcome you to the call and say good morning, good afternoon, or whatever you like to say in your country. But anyway, how are you doing today?
Oh, how are you, Mr. Buggs? Man, it's amazing to be here. I was sitting, and now I'm standing because I can't sit down. I can't sit still, But I'm really good. And my name is Ami Beliasi Ahokava. I'm so nervous right now. I haven't been on big screen like this before, especially like to be in front of great people like you guys, and to be in front of you and to get to hear from you like directly. It's amazing. And you can call me Ami. My name is way too long, and even if you pronounce it wrong, I won't be angry. I'm just too excited. I'm just too excited to speak with you.
Well, Ami, listen, first of all, I want to say on behalf of Ibüümerang, the entire corporate team that we have, our diamonds, our blue diamonds, black diamonds, executive staff, even all of our other ambassadors, I want to say congratulations to you. You achieved Emerald in the month of June, which is a major achievement. I tell people at Emerald qualified 12 months, you got $1 million business that's happening every year. Where are you from, Ami? Tell everybody where you're from and where you're born and where do you live now?
Yeah, I'm from Tonga, and I'm Tongan, and I'm proud to say that I'm Tongan. I do live in New Zealand, Auckland right now, and that's where I'm living right now. So
somebody told me that the key to your success was that back in Tonga, you lived in this big metropolitan area with millions of people, and that's how you went Emerald. Is that the truth, or was I giving bad information where you lived in Tonga?
Tonga, well, actually, in the island of Tonga right now, I'm talking right now, I don't even think it's up to even like the population in the country right now. It's up to 100,000 people.
About how many?
I think it's about like not even up to 100,000 people. I think it's about 50,000 or 70,000, something like that.
In the entire country, in the area that you grew up, how many people were in your city or your area where you lived?
In Tonga or in New Zealand?
No, where you grew up, the area where you grew up in Tonga.
Ah, okay. Where I grew up in a very tiny island called Wiha. And in that island, I think the population is around not even, like, I think 200?
About 200 people in your entire population there. Wow. Well, let me ask you a question. How long have you been now in New Zealand? I know you live in New Zealand now. How long have you been there?
I've been in New Zealand since 2011.
2011. And now what brought you to New Zealand and what's been your profession the entire time that you've been there?
I came here to New Zealand, to find a better life. Everyone knows back home what it's like back in the islands, and that's what brought me here to New Zealand. And I came here to New Zealand, and I was picking fruits, kiwi fruits, and roaming around, didn't quite get what I needed to get. When I came to New Zealand, ended up doing some other things that I never planned. I never knew that I would be doing. Ended up doing building, and that's when I started doing building, and I became a business owner. And I do own a building company right now in New Zealand.
Congratulations. So basically that entrepreneur mindset works for you in Ibüümerang. Tell me quickly, who's your sponsor in Ibüümerang, and how did you find out about Ibüümerang?
Then my sponsor is Chon Apiata. I don't know if you're on the call right now, but I'm pretty sure you're here. And he is my sponsor. His name is Chon Apiata. And he brought me into the business. And I met this guy through Facebook. I never met this guy, don't even know this guy. He doesn't even know me. That's how we met. And he put up a post on Facebook during the lockdown in April, the 10th of April. And that's how I came to know about Ibüümerang. It was through this guy here, Chon Apiata. He is also a builder.
In April, that you found out about Ibüümerang in April during the lockdown, the beginning of the lockdown.
Yes, that's
and,
right.
And you saw it on Facebook. So how did you see a presentation? Did he talk to you? Did you get an I decide? Or how did that happen? I just want to know because I don't know that story at all.
Hey, he put up a post on Facebook during this time. Lockdown here in New Zealand was it was on level 4, I think, by then. He put up this post about Ibüümerang. Never mentioned anything what Ibüümerang is all about. He just shared that it's an opportunity. And for me, as someone who comes from the islands, who got nothing from the islands and come here roaming around, wandering around, and to be a business owner and to be in the situations where I can't work anymore, I have always looked for an opportunity. And when he mentioned that, that's all I needed to hear. And that's how I get to get in touch with him. And I was never sent an I decide. I was just introduced by him through that post. And then we went from there to a 3-way call. And then that's how I get into it.
And so let me ask you a question. What experience did you have in network? Had you ever heard of network marketing before? Had you ever been in or worked it before?
I had never done anything like this. I had never done. When I first started, I thought it feels like I was being blindfolded to come into something that I never knew. But I did believe this guy, and I trust him. I think that's all I needed. My belief was already up there.
I want you to share with everyone, what was the state of your family at that time during the lockdown? Was your business affected? What was going on in your life at the time that you clicked on that button and found Ibüümerang? Share with me here real quick, what was going on in your life at that moment?
At that time, this was during the lockdown when I first heard about Ibüümerang. But before that, everyone knows here in New Zealand, the lockdown, there was no work. As me, as a builder, you all know, it was only essential work and jobs that was allowed to be going on at this time. So there was no work, nothing coming in, there was nothing. Actually, there was nothing, and that's why I look into this. And it was not just that, but when the lockdown happens, it reminded me of how I started my situations when I was in New Zealand, and not just looking around for jobs and things like that, but my situations right there when I was in New Zealand. I wanted to, oh.
It's okay, buddy.
This it was all good by then. I got my wife, my kids to support me, but I was fighting with the memories that I have from the past when I was in New Zealand. That was the only situations that happened by then to come here to New Zealand. No background, nothing no experience in network marketing, no nothing. But it reminds me of when I used to be on the street. That was the only thing that I was fighting with that time, because I didn't want that my family or my kids to go through what I went through. you know, and from nothing to have nothing and to be something right now. But then that's all I wanted is for my son not to be on the street and to live on the street like me. When I came here.
So there was a point in time that you were homeless.
Yeah. Man, never said this before ever.
And I want you to know this because your story is right now inspiring a lot of people who's going to learn and take a lot away from your success. And number one, I'm proud of you for having the courage to share.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're definitely right. You know, I never shared this, but the love that I have for the people that I work with, I did not even know, just because of where I was. Whenever I talk to someone, I look at them as a piece of code. You know, I never treat them or talk to them like it's just someone that I talk to, because you know I just wanted to help them so that they will not go through what I went through. And it comes to a time that I don't even know, you know, what's in my back office. I did not even know that I hit ranks. I did not even know that. Even to study all these things, I did not even care. If I had to know everything in my back office, I did not even get. I know the opportunity, I know the visions, and I believe in the system, and I believe in you, and I know it will help so many people, and that's what I do. I just work. That's it.
You know, I've had my share of interviewing quite a lot of people over the years, and I can say this your story, your experience, I think it's probably one of the most honest, sincere, and impactful stories. I can just feel it that many people are going to benefit by this. And I want, even in advance, I just want to say thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much. You know, I appreciate the time that you get to share with me.
I have just a couple other questions here. You have a family now, and you built the business. You got started in April. It's not so important about the ranks. I would ask you normally about how did you hit Sapphire. You don't even know, and it's okay. But what kind of energy is happening in your team right now? Tell me the energy and the attitude of team members that you have. And I have another question after that.
Man, the energy level it's way over the roof. I think I don't know how to describe it. And that's why I see people having success who just join because we duplicate the system, because we know that it works, and then that energy, because we trust the system, that we know that it's working, we duplicate it all the time, that people just don't even have control of it.
So are the majority of people you think in your team have either not been in network marketing, no success, or you have a lot of experienced people in network marketing in your team?
I think it's around 95% to 97% of people in my team never done anything like this, ever.
Basically, what we're saying is that they can't read. They're the hummingbird. They're the bumblebee, and they don't know too much. about what it's supposed to be. So they just do what they inspired to do. So basically, you guys are going off of your gut feeling, emotion, and your why versus details. Is that correct?
Definitely right, 100%. That is what's going on now. Most of these people here, they don't even know their back office. They don't even know the books that all these people who have been in the industry for so long read. They don't even know the name of these books. They don't even know who are these top people in this industry. Nothing.
So when you say the name Edwin Haynes before Ibüümerang, if I would have said the name Edwin Haynes, they would be like, "Who's this guy?" Or if I would have said Karen and Peter Hirsch, "Who's that?" Johnny Wembry, "Who's that?" Cesar Munoz or Jose, "Who's that?" They wouldn't know a Holton Buggs from Barack Obama, right?
Definitely. I never knew those names. Even these my team members, they never heard of you guys. These 95% of my team never know you. They never know Peter Hirsch. They never know Johnny Wembry. I just noticed that he's a writer. He's a book writer or something. I did not even know them. Nothing.
Awesome. You know, well, Army, listen, here's what I want you to do. I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you, and I want you to take this moment and just keep doing what you're doing. Let everything else come to you, and I want you to make sure that you develop a very good, solid relationship with a guy whose name is David Hunt. Do you know him? He's what's called your upline diamond, I believe. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes.
You know David Hunt?
Yeah, he's my brother from another mother right there.
Awesome.
He's trying to claim part of my wife is from Wales, and he's trying to claim part of it, that he's part of it, and I'm glad that he's trying to claim that.
Awesome. Well, listen, you latch on to him, okay? You latch on to David Hunt, and with that upline that you've got of David Hunt, Avi, and Jose Luis Rivas, that's a wonderful chain of leadership. But you make sure David Hunt right now has the eye of the tiger. And when we say that in networking, we just means that he's single focused on getting to the next place, and anybody who's attached to him will be there. And I want you to make sure you stay attached to him.
Definitely.
And I'll set one thing I want you to do, and you didn't ask, and because people ask all the time, I get probably 10 emails a week of people asking, how can they get mentorship? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to continue doing what you're doing. Don't try to learn everything now. I want you to hit diamond, and you hit diamond. I'll make sure I give you my personal phone number, and that way, from a personal mentorship in conjunction with what David is offering you and what you're going to get from obviously your GMA Edwin Haynes. I want to be a part of your future success and really help you do something big for the people of Tonga, for the people of New Zealand. I believe you can make a statement that will change an entire generation and nation of people. And I want to do my part to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you. It's just one few words for just 1 minute's worth for my people.
Sure, of course, absolutely. We're listening.
Thank you for that. Just to my people, not just here in New Zealand, not just Tonga, but the whole of New Zealand and the Pacific. I know we came from a background where where this industry is not even existent. With no experience, we don't even have people from our people from where we are, from the Pacific, where they they're up there where we know them. Like I didn't even know like Peter Harris or Holton Buggs or these people here, but I'm glad, unfortunately, I get to meet them. You don't even need to know everything. You don't even need to know everything before you started. You don't even need to like get all your questions answered before you started. And I can tell you, and I can say that from experience that I've got right now, and you just have to trust. All it takes is your belief and trust. That's it. I know you guys have a strong belief and strong why, and that's why I'm in this position right now. It's just that, and that's why you guys are doing really good in this, even though with no experience. And hats off to everyone here, Chona Piata, David Hunt, Clarky, and everyone. Thank you, Holden.
Absolutely. Thank you. I really, really appreciate this, Ami. And David Hunt, I know you're listening. So Ami and David and the entire Ami team that's listening, and those of you who watching this now, as you probably looked at the replay, I am going to get with David, and towards sometime around the end of the month, I'm going to do a first class lounge call with your team, exclusively to your team. Don't market the link out all over the place. I want to bring your team together. I'm going to personally do a first class lounge. I'll do my part in building that momentum towards Diamond. And I'll be in communication with David Hunt, and we will set that up. All I want you to do is don't you focus on the first class lounge. I want you to focus on doing what you do best, and that's sharing your why, your vision, and making sure that you take care of your family. And then let Ibüümerang, we'll do the rest. How about that?
I'm out of word, but thank you so much for that. I'm pretty sure I can see the chat going off, from my team members too, and all over the world. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they would love that. They would love that. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Ami, thank you so much, man. We love you. We love your team. Keep inspiring people all over the world. And I can tell you, I've got my executives all in here, and one has had to leave the room because the tears has completely changed the complexion of their face by hearing your story. And I just want you to know that that's the impact that you have. And T-Grade's going to be okay, I promise you. But no, seriously, one actually did leave, wiping the tears profusely. And but we love you, man. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. You are what Ibüümerang is all about, and we appreciate you. So thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, guys. We love you guys.